From the Farmers Union Insurance Center on the campus of Scheels Arena in Fargo, North Dakota. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jed Thomas as we get set for North Dakota High School boys hockey action as the South-Shanley Bruins get ready to take on the Grand Forks Central Knights. Well, folks, I'm all by myself here tonight, but that is A-OK because we've got a game that should provide plenty of entertainment. The Bruins and the Knights, two of the top teams in the East, and well, a lot of people expected Grand Forks Central to be at the top of the standings at this point. Not a lot of people expected the Bruins to be there. Of course, the Knights are undefeated right now, in sole possession of that first place in the East, but the Bruins are having a surprise season, coming in at number 2 in those standings, riding a long win streak at the moment. They've got all sorts of momentum with wins over notable opponents like West Fargo, Red River, and Davies on their record in the last few weeks. South is coming into this game at just the right time, and boy, they could really use that momentum as they are taking on an absolute juggernaut in Grand Forks Central. I'll tell you, everybody who follows North Dakota high school hockey knows what Grand Forks Central brings to the table, and that is a historically good team that is outscoring opponents at unbelievable rates. South-Shanley going to look to be the first team to take them down this season as we get this game going. Tucker Hodgson going to pass this one over to Bjorhi on the near side, who right away dumps in for a glove save by Zach Sandy. And boy, talking about the success of the South-Shanley Bruins this season, there has been no more important member of the team than sophomore goalie Zach Sandy. He's had an absolutely fantastic year, coming in with a .913 save percentage tonight, as that face-off will be a false start. They'll redo that. But Zach Sandy has been instrumental for a very defensive-oriented team, making a lot of big saves. Face-off here in the South-Shanley zone. It'll be Noah Johnson going up against Lucas Canta as Johnson wins that one back to be picked up by Noah Lance. Lance along the boards. Zazada comes in to try and clean it up. He cannot, and here goes Hansen. Cole Hansen, one of the state's leading scorers and the leading scorer on this Grand Forks Central team. No doubt a key player to watch, the senior forward. Brisky trying to play that one back along to Canta. He can't get it to go, and now Chose will try and poke it forward, but Hodgson pinched in to make the play. Canta right off the bat, a great A opportunity on the rebound there for Hansen, but he couldn't get a clean look at it. Bjorhi going to dump this one in. Hansen will give chase, looking for a man to get it off to. There's 3 Bruins in his face, and he's unable to get rid of it. Bruins got the puck out of the zone momentarily, and now that'll be an icing on Grand Forks Central to bring that puck all the way back down. The last time these two teams met, it was a 7-1 victory for Grand Forks Central. That's been about their regular margin of victory this season. However, it's worth noting South-Shanley is the first team to score on Grand Forks Central this year. So they have had some success, but boy, looking at a team like Central, 1 goal is about as much as you can hope for, at least this season, as that puck is smothered by Aaron Nielsen. So shots are 1-1 as we've got 16 minutes to go in this opening period. Sandy wins the draw. Iverson lets one go from the point, and Drew Sandy will give chase. Drew Sandy, the junior forward, is the leading scorer on this South-Shanley team as the Knights try to break this one out through the neutral zone. Kirkeby comes in there to clean it up, and now it's picked up by William Lawson Body back in his own zone. Here goes Holt down the ice. Great little feed over to Lawson Body. Wiggestrand back to Lawson Body for the early goal. The tip in puts the Knights up 1-0, and that's about as pretty as it gets. It's Wiggestrand with it, and he's got some space. How about the little sauce pass over to Lawson Body? He gets some height on it, keeping it away from the sticks of the South-Shanley defenders. And Lawson Body, the junior forward, not a lot of space to work with, but it does not matter as he's able to just tip that one in past Sandy. Stellar start here for Grand Forks Central. And, you know, for all their strengths, for all the things they do well, starting well has not been the best part of their game this season. They've had a lot of slow starts. They often leave the first period in tie games, often 0-0. Takes them a while to get their offense going normally. They rely on big second periods to put their opponents away. That's usually when they explode for most of their goals. However, they are coming out flying to start this first period tonight, already up 1-0, and another great opportunity there for Parker Stroh as he just couldn't get it to go. Here's Manuel now feeding Grant Gores. Gores back the other way. He'll dump it in. Easy save for Nielsen. Jake Bryant now moves in alongside Austin Manuel. Neither one of them can get it off the sticks of these Knight defenders, as now Hodgson is back deep in his own territory and going up to Donnelly. Donnelly all the way across now over to Bjorhe. Bjorhe throws one in that goes off of his own man. Still loose in the South-Shanley zone, and Austin Manuel goes with the backhand clear. They'll be picked up by Noah Johnson as he comes over the boards. Puck wraps around, played by Nielsen a little dangerously as Bjorhe comes away with it, but not after some pressure was put on by Noah Lance. That puck comes straight back to Panzer, and now Grand Forks Central will be whistled for the offsides. Shots are 3-2 in favor of South-Shanley. Grand Forks Central again converting on just their second shot of the game. Cole Spicer in on the faceoff with Drew Sandy, and Panzer will play that one forward off the draw, but it's going to be taken by the Bruins and dumped into the Grand Forks Central zone. Drew Sandy comes into play this one, throwing it out in front of the Knight net. A dangerous play there as that one's knocked away by Holt. Still loose, though, in the Grand Forks Central zone. Holt will play it forward off the boards to Panzer. Panzer trying to go to Spicer, but the backhander will keep it in. Physical play as a man goes down. Alex Senf put a man into the boards. And now Senf will pay, as it looks like they'll get him for a cross-check. Senf, just a freshman, but he's the second leading scorer on this South-Shanley team. So Senf heads off to the box with 13:51 to go in the first, and we get a look at this vaunted Grand Forks Central power play. If you thought Grand Forks Central was good 5-on-5, you just got to see their special teams, as already they're doing a great job moving this puck around. Loss and body goes out to Hansen. Hansen all the way across to Bjorhe, who looks to set up. Bjorhe back to Hansen for the one-timer. Whiffed on it a little bit as he sends it wide left. Kanta trying to clean it up. Lawson Body moves in to regain control, and he does. Lawson Body fakes the feed out in front. Then Kanta gets the grade A chance. Could not force it in, and Zach Sandy covers up, just barely keeping that one out of his net. Just 30 seconds have elapsed here in this power play, and already you can see the kind of talent that Grand Forks Central has out on the ice. That draws one back to Bjorhe. Bjorhe across to Holt. Holt feeds Hansen, who circles back out top. Hansen staring down the middle. Gives off back to Hunter Bjorhe, now to Holt. South-Shanley doing a good job staying in front of this puck, taking away a lot of the shooting lanes. Knights just trying to stretch him out now as Hansen dances around a few defenders, lets one go, but it was lost in traffic. I'm not sure if it ever found its way to Sandy, as now South-Shanley will get their first clear of this penalty kill with 58 seconds to go on the power play. A lot of the same players out there for Grand Forks Central, only Lawson Body got to change. So that first unit will come right back down, and a miscommunication on the rush is going to turn the puck over. Brisky wasn't expecting it to come his way, and Iverson took advantage to clear. Wiggestrand gave off to Brisky, who moves across the blue line, but is then whistled for the offsides. It'll be a neutral zone faceoff now with 37 seconds to go on this penalty. 12:28 remaining in the opening period. Draw one way back into the South-Shanley zone as Alex Iverson gives chase. The senior captain going to wrap it down all the way along the boards deep into Central territory. And Nielsen wisely plays it back to Spicer. Wiggestrand now going to carry forward through the neutral zone. He's got some speed. Wiggestrand going to coast, wrapping around, putting it out in front. Nothing there. Sandy out of position, though. Brisky going to play it back out top now to Stroh. Stroh across to Spicer. Spicer out top will go over to Wiggestrand. Wiggestrand, great backhand feed inside. A clean shot, though, was not there. Bruins at full strength. Stroh lets one go as Senf was coming back into the play, and Sandy makes the save. .11:47 left now as South-Shanley gets the kill on that penalty. That's a huge kill for them, as again Grand Forks Central has got an unbelievably efficient power play. Bruins got to be happy to get the kill after a lot of pressure was put on, but they're going to have to stay out of the box if they want to stay in this one. Only down 1-0, but against a team like Central, that can quickly become a heck of a lot more. This puck going to come all the way down the ice, and the penalty is over, so you can't clear like that. That'll be icing against the Bruins. So the puck comes all the way back down. And already you can see how much time has been spent down in the South-Shanley zone. That's what Grand Forks Central does to you. They're a very deep team. They roll 4 lines when they need to, as here's a point shot from Hodgson that goes wide. But as I said, they're a very deep team, and they really like to wear teams out. You know, that's often why they don't score a lot in the first period. Teams can go toe-to-toe with them for a while, but after the first, oftentimes teams are so gassed and Central's still so fresh with such depth that they come out in the second and third periods and just lay it on teams that are too tired to put up a fight. That's certainly something South-Shanley is going to have to watch, as already Central has spent a lot of time in the offensive zone putting pressure on the Bruins. Seb Zazada plays this one forward to Kirkaby. Puck off the stick of Kirkaby and forward to Drew Sandy as he's rubbed off the puck by Kennelly. Bjorhe pokes that one forward, then picks it up himself. Bjorhe able to work his way past Kirkaby, but the pass was intercepted by Gores. Back down into the South-Shanley zone. Dean sends it back, trying to get the clear. He cannot. Chase Spicer has it now along the far boards. Able to get over to Panzer. Now back to Spicer out top. Excellent defense that time from Dean, forcing Spicer to dump it around, intended for Cole Spicer. And now Panzer will pick up. A lot of traffic. Spicer comes away with it. Great feed inside. Point-blank shot loose on the goal line and in. A dirty goal, a tough goal, but Grand Forks Central will take it. It's not the prettiest, but it's points. And that play really from the start, that was all Cole Spicer generating the opportunity. Chase Spicer gets the shot off. It just finds its way through Zach Sandy. He was trying to pin it between that right arm and the side of his body, but it just squirts through. And then I believe it was Braden Panzer who was able to poke it over the line. And Central, for all the skill they have, they are not afraid to get in there and get their hands dirty and get those goals like that. Not every goal is a highlight reel goal, and that's okay. Moving in, it's Conta now as they smell blood in the water, and already they strike again. Brisky with the backhander that winds up in the back of the net. And this is what Grand Forks Central does. They get one, and they usually get a whole lot more. And that time you could see it. That's just a good job crashing the net there by Kyler Brisky. Comes down hard, waits for the rebound. Sandy does his best, but there's about 4 or 5 guys right in front of his face. He couldn't get back to the puck in time, and Brisky just has great awareness there to be Johnny on the spot and put it in with the backhand. Clearing attempt just barely makes it out. Cole Hansen going to give chase to try and keep it in. This time it is sent out of the zone by Hansen, but now they're coming back the other way, 2-on-1. Brisky has Kanta trying to get another, but it's a kick save and a beauty for Zach Sandy. Excellent job extending at the last second. It looked like the Knights had him out of position, but Sandy does a great job getting back on top of that puck. His save percentage, though, for the evening, just 50% so far, as he's allowed 3 goals on 6 shots. Tough to blame Zach Sandy, however, as most of those have been absolutely fantastic opportunities right in front of him. Hansen puts the pressure on, trying to rub Lawson Body off the puck. Lawson Body already has 1 in this game, as he tries to work that one back to Wiggestrand. And now it's going to come out of the zone. No, actually, held in that time by Loyland. Backhand feed intended for Wiggestrand. Doesn't find its way there. Now it's going to be picked up by Seb Zazada. Coming across the blue line, attempting to feed Senf. Senf makes a great move to get past Lawson Body, playing it backwards, intended for Kirkaby. Couldn't connect with him, and Zazada has to play it off the boards. Holt will pick up. He plays it across to Loyland. Wiggestrand left open here, and he'll come down the near side. Gets it over to Lawson Body. Pass in his skates. Able to get a hold of it now as pressure's put on by Senf, who sends him hard into the boards. Centering feed that time. Nobody home for Grand Forks Central as this one's now loose in the South-Shanley zone. Picked up momentarily by Wigestrand, but then knocked away. Battle for the puck. It comes out. Bjorhe picks it up now. Playing it across that time to Arnold. Trying to jump it was Sunderland. Just caught out of position as now Lawson Body throws the backhander on. Not a lot of threat on that shot. Knights continue to keep the pressure on. Finally, it comes out of the zone. Manuel over pursues that one, though, as it was held in by the skates of Parker Stroh, and now it will go back down into the Knight zone. Hunter Bjorhe coming forward. Gets it off over to Kennelly. Kennelly coming down ice, looking for Stroh. Good defense played that time by Iverson. Stroh has it now. Out in front, throwing one down towards Sandy. Never found its way there. Got caught up in the skates that time of his own teammate. Manuel puts the pressure on. He's able to throw Arnold off as that puck was loose momentarily out in front. Now it's scooped up and thrown forward, intended for Kennelly. Austin Manuel takes it away, though, trying to maintain this pressure. Nice work by Iverson to hold the zone as now 7:15 remains here in the first period. And Derek Morehart will send it over, intended for Austin Manuel. Instead, it's taken away by Kennelly. Kennelly playing that one off to Miller. Miller crashing the net. Couldn't get that one across the line. And now it'll be picked up by Hodgson. They want to go right back at it as Hodgson goes to Miller. Miller dumps it in. Spicer will give chase. Could not quite get to it. And now Panzer will pick it up, throwing it back in front, intended for Spicer. It's Chase Spicer who gets to it. Not a lot there. He goes back out top to Hodgson. His shot doesn't find its way to the net. Loose puck to the right of Zach Sandy. He's trying to find it. Chase Spicer comes away with it. Going back to Cole Spicer. Spicer across to Hodgson. Lets it go. Sandy saw it coming all the way. It's still loose out in front, though. Jamming it home that time. It was Panzer, but he could not get it through. And Sandy stands tall. Shots favor the Knights 10-4 at the moment, with 6:26 remaining in the period. Face-off won that time by Drew Sandy. Winds up on the stick of Panzer, though, who gives over to Chase Spicer. He goes over to Cole Spicer. Sandy shadowing him tightly. As now Panzer is trapped along the boards. Nice physical play there from Wyatt Hansen, utilizing his size advantage. Loose puck along the near boards. Bruins could really use a clear here. Unable to get it through, though. Finally, Hansen will pick it up, but he throws it right into Panzer. Panzer now across to Spicer. Spicer lets one go. It's high. It may have been deflected, and it's into the netting. That'll give us another stoppage here with 5:50 to play in the first. Hansen in on this one for Grand Forks Central, able to win that one away from Bryant. Kanta tracks it down, could not quite get a hold of it, though, and Manuel comes away with it. Bruins playing dump and chase now as Manuel throws it down, only to be picked up by Bjorhe. Bjorhe plays it with the backhand up to Kanta. Kanta across to Brisky. Here comes Brisky now. Numbers for Grand Forks Central, as Sandy steers that one away, but Brisky hunts down the rebound. Kanta plays it forward along the boards. Nice job by Iverson to box him out, as now Gores will pick up and come across the blue line. Gores moving forward, takes a shot that time from Bjorhe, able to get it down, though, into the Knight zone. Arnold up to Bjorhe. Coming forward now. Able to get that one off up ice to Kanta, but Grand Forks Central will be caught offsides. Puck comes out for a neutral zone face-off now. As that draws one backwards by Central to Tucker Hodgson, who has to give chase. Hodgson tracks it down, gets it over to McGarry. That puck intercepted, though, in the neutral zone by the Bruins. Trying to create a scramble there. Central able to recover, though, and get back on top of it. Great little play with the backhand that time from Wigestrand as he was able to clear off the glass. And that's a really nice feed to Wigestrand. Quick shot from Lawson, body no good, steered aside by Sandy. Great A chance, and Sandy makes the save. Lawson body pinned down now in the near corner. Puck comes back out top to McGarry. His shot wide left. Hodgson tracks it down, now pinching in. Hodgson back to Wiggestrand. This puck comes out of the zone. Nice work that time defensively by Sunderland. And now McGarry plays it up for a 2-on-1. Make that a 3-on-1. Bruins caught out of position. Lawson body. Great chance, but Zach Sandy got over there. And how about the heroics of the sophomore goaltender trying to keep his team in this one? Not too often you see a 3-on-1 like that right in front of the net. And, you know, oftentimes teams will get caught with so many options that they overthink it and never really get a clean look. That time, though, Central executed perfectly. Lawson body had a lot of net to shoot at, but all of a sudden, Zach Sandy was over there in a flash and took it away. So while it was well played by Central, it was even better defended by Zach Sandy in his net. Bruins win this draw forward as Sandy clears. Trying to hook up with Kirkby that time. Did not see it coming. 3:47 left to go here in the first. Hard hit in the corner, and a loose puck is covered by Zach Sandy. Shots are 15-4 in favor of the Knights. Parker Stroh in on this faceoff. Across from Zach Sandy. Shoots out to the side here and then comes out to Loyland. Knocked down in front by Stroh. Stroh makes a move, trying to cut back out in front of the net. Does not go for him, and now Bryant picks it up. Bryant has Sandy streaking. Here's Drew Sandy coming forward with it, attempting to make a move around Loyland. Loyland stood tall, though. Not phased at all by the stick handling of Zach Sandy, as now Alex Senf has a few nice moves to keep this thing in the zone, but only temporarily, as Kennelly will come away with it. Kennelly with speed to burn, moving down ice. That shot well played by Zazada, just got a stick on it and didn't let him get the clean look. Pass intended for Kirkby, however, is going to go all the way down the ice, and that'll be whistled for an icing with 2:57 to go in the first. Spicer and Kirkby in on this draw. Spicer going to get kicked out, and Panzer will go in to take his place, as Panzer was trying to knock that one over, I believe, to Spicer. And South-Shanley gets the clear. Austin Manuel going to give chase to try and prevent the icing. How about the hustle from Manuel? Almost a scoring opportunity there for Gores, but the Knights come away with it, and they're going to try and get a rush going back the other way. 2-on-2, Panzer drives along, getting the corner. Rebound left there for Spicer. Could not get a clean shot off on it, however. So opportunities going both ways as this one's played off the glass for what should be an icing, and that will be the call. A lot of stop and start hockey being played now as this period is slowly coming to a close. Draw one, or at least it appeared to be one that time, by Noah Johnson. However, the Knights do a great job hopping on top of it. Hansen was trying to play it back to a man in front, but instead it was Noah Johnson there to take it away as Nielsen plays this one over to McGarry. Brisky picks it up in his own zone, back behind his own net. He goes to McGarry. McGarry plays it forward to Kanta, who got it to Hansen. 2-on-2 look now for Hansen and Brisky. Hansen leaving it for Kanta, lets one go. Never found its way to Sandy, though, and now it's knocked down in front by Lance. Lance and Hansen are back there battling for it. Kanta appeared to come away with it. On his knees that time, Kanta trying to find a man. Wide open out in front. Hodgson lets it go for the goal. Beauty of a shot from Hodgson. Sandy tried to recover, looked like he may have, but Hodgson picks the top left corner for goal number 4. You can see here the scramble out in front. I'm not sure who poked that one forward, and it looked like Hodgson was going to have a wide open net to shoot at. Credit to Sandy for getting over there in what seemed like enough time. However, by the time he got there, Hodgson had made the right adjustment and picked that top left corner, making it look easy. 4 goals, 4 different goal scorers here for Grand Forks Central. Like I said, they've got depth as here they go again. Wiggestrand over to Lawson Body, trying to get that one to go. Sandy somehow saved it. Looked like it was just going to squeak through, but he's able to hang on. And boy, William Lawson Body, he's got 1 goal already this evening, but it feels like he could have 3 or 4 with the number of chances he's had out in front. Minute 26 remains now in the first period. Bruins win the draw as Dean plays it over to Sandy. Jake Bryant picks it up along the boards, trying to throw it forward. Wiggestrand holds the zone. Pressure applied by Howard along with Wiggestrand as the puck comes away to Bryant, sending it forward to Senf. Senf was rubbed off the puck nicely that time by Loyland. As now it's knocked back into the central zone by Bryant. Puck hopping up over the stick of Sandy that time. As now Central will get the clear. Wiggestrand coming down ice alongside of Howard. Wiggestrand intending that one for Howard. Great play that time by Senf in his own zone. Able to get a man to miss and then get the clear. Will not get it out for long though as Lawson Body comes back in with Howard. Howard on the left side. Oh, that's a nifty little pass back to Lawson Body, who makes a nice move trying to get around Iverson, but Iverson stayed with it the whole way. Under 30 seconds left in the first as this one heads all the way down ice. No icing on that one. Nielsen plays it forward. Manuel trying to pick it up just a bit out of reach that time. Manuel getting back to it now. Opportunity out in front to Gores. Oh, great save by Nielsen, extending the left leg. And now here's a 2-on-2 for Central. Parker Stroh moving in, makes a move, tries the backhand. And again, Zach Sandy just barely able to hold on. And there you can see the move from Stroh. It was a 2-on-2, but he didn't even need the other guy that time. As there's a quick shot out in front. A little pushing and shoving after the play, as we've got just 0.3 seconds left to go in this period. Stroh kicked out of the dot that time. It won't matter though as the horn sounds to end the first period. And after one, shots are 19-5 in favor of Grand Forks Central. Goals are 4-0 in favor of the visitors. A dominant first period for the Knights. There were good signs for the Bruins. Sandy played well, just had too many grade A chances right in front of him. Tough to defend. Looking forward to the second, though. There's a lot of adjustments for South-Shanley to make. That is evident. Right now, they just got to focus on getting some more offense going. Lucky for them, they got 2 more whole periods to work with here. They're down 4. It's definitely a difficult hole to dig yourself out of, but it is not impossible. And like I said, we got 2 more periods to see if they can do it. Folks, for now, I'm going to have to send things to a brief word from our sponsors. Then we'll take a couple-minute break, but do not go anywhere. Plenty more hockey to be played.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Beyond Boundaries Therapy Services, Butler Machinery, Ed's Marine, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Forum Communications, Haley's Hope, Hurley's Religious Goods, Luther Family Buick GMC, Master Construction, Moore Engineering, Network Center, Northern Improvement, Off the Wall Advertising, Robert Gibb and Sons, Sanford, Scheels, Taxman, TCI Insurance, and Wolf Steel Construction.
Good evening and welcome back to North Dakota High School Boys Hockey here on Shanley TV. I'm Jed Thomas as we're getting set for the second period of action between the South-Shanley Bruins and the Grand Forks Central Knights. But folks, before we get back to it, I would like to take a minute to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathletic.club.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon Athletics to a higher level. So we're about ready here for the beginning of the second period. Neither team is out on the ice, interestingly enough, as the clock has hit 0 on the period break. But after one period of play, it was a 4-0 advantage for Grand Forks Central. They came out and really right off the bat took it to South-Shanley, and that's just not the way South-Shanley needed things to go. You know, they come in here as a home underdog, as Grand Forks Central is an absolute juggernaut of a team. That's something we all knew, but I talked about it earlier in the game. They really like to use big, explosive second periods to put teams away. That's just how they do it. They score in bunches often in that second period, and they keep the game out of reach in the third. In this game, though, right off the bat, they scored early, and throughout that first period, they scored often. 4 goals so far, and they've had a couple other really good opportunities. And there's not a lot you can say about South-Shanley. It's not like they put up a bad effort. This is just how games tend to go against Grand Forks Central this season, and really the past couple of seasons. It's been a long time since Central has lost a game. They've won 13 this year, all 13 that they've played in as an undefeated squad. They are winning by mammoth margins in most games, usually 5 or 6 goals. And so you can't ask South-Shanley to do really much more than they have. Certainly they'd like to see more action in the offensive zone. They're playing decent enough defense against a team like Central. It's just they're having to play so much defense that their legs are just dead out there against a team with so much depth, something I talked about earlier as well. Grand Forks Central's just got so many guys who they can roll. They can roll all 4 lines. They can roll 3 D pairings, and that makes all the difference when you're playing teams that really only have 2 or 3 lines they like to use, and usually about 2 D pairings that they like to mostly use. So those are just a couple of the key differences between these two teams. As for adjustments, obviously if you're Grand Forks Central, you don't need to do much here. Just keep doing what you've been doing, and that should get you pretty far. It's already gotten you up 4-0. If you're South-Shanley, though, you got to get more offense here. It's just no question. You need to be, you know, not necessarily scoring more. Obviously, you'd like to, but even if you can get a couple more shots, because right now, scoreboard says they've got 5 shots, but only 1 or 2 of those have really been good opportunities. The rest have just kind of been dump-ins that ended up in the pads of Nielsen. A little delay here in dropping the puck as the Central coaches take their positions on the bench. And we're underway here. To start the second period, it will be Cole Hansen winning it back for Grand Forks Central. Hansen now goes across to Bjorhi. Bjorhi up across the red line, dumped into the South-Shanley zone, and Hansen takes a shot from Kanta. Right off the bat here in the second period, Central comes in with a physical edge. As Zazada tries to play that one along the boards, it's going to be scooped up, however, by Hansen. Bringing it out in front, Hansen goes over to Brisky. Brisky has it poked away, and now it's a delayed penalty on South-Shanley. As now that one's going to be touched by Lance for a stop and play. Looked like Brisky got tripped up there. A couple Bruin players were reaching for the puck. And it looks like Noah Johnson was the guilty party here as he was reaching and got his stick in the legs of Brisky. Central scored 4 goals in that opening period. However, none came on the power play. They had 1 power play opportunity, looked very good on it, but could not convert. That was one highlight for the Bruins. Their penalty kill looked pretty good, a very much bend, don't break sort of penalty kill. Hansen has it on the near side now as he hands over to Kanta. Kanta almost lost control of that one, but it was scooped up by Bjorhi. Here's Holt out top. As they cycle this one around, Kanta had a perfect opportunity out in front, but a couple Bruins sticks got in there to keep him from getting a shot off. Hansen moves in as they try to stretch out the South-Shanley defense. Hansen and Holt cycle as now this one's played with the backhand over to Lawson Body. Lawson Body up to Bjorhi. Over to Holt, then to Hansen. Hansen looks, fires one now, and it's going to be deflected up into the netting. And that took 51 seconds off of this power play. Couple good looks that time. Most importantly, though, they just did not give South-Shanley an opportunity to get a clear. And even if they don't score here, even if you're not converting, to possess the puck here for 2 minutes straight in another team's zone just tires them out so much so that even if you're not scoring on this power play, you're giving yourself a better opportunity going forward, as they're just going to be so dog-tired from defending for so long. But it also works to score on the power play. That's your ultimate goal, and that's what Kyler Brisky did that time for his second of the evening. Just lightning fast out in front there, makes the adjustment. As you see Wiggestrand, great pass on the tape. Sandy over commits to that left side because that's where Brisky received it. Brisky could sense it, so he just moves on over to his right and finds a ton of open net. And, you know, if you're South-Shanley, you got to protect the front of your net a little better, but that one is a little bit on Sandy. You can't overcommit too much to that left side, and that's what he does that time, and Brisky takes advantage. So Central does convert on their second power play opportunity. As Bjorhi goes over to Holt, who lets one go, and it's covered up by Sandy. Shots are 20-5 now in favor of Grand Forks Central as they have taken that 5-0 lead. Face-off won by the Knights this time as Bjorhi got that one off over to Howard. Now back behind the South-Shanley net. It's going to be picked up by Kennelly out in front. He had Howard, but Howard was tied up nicely by Iverson as this one deflects towards the Bruin net and is gloved down by Sandy. It'll be Spicer and Sandy squaring off in this draw, or maybe not, as it looks like the Bruins will have a personnel change late here. Draw won by the Bruins. Moorhart plays it along the boards over to Gores, who got it back to Iverson. Iverson was trying to work it forward, but had it taken away. Spicer got to it. He has that one knocked off his stick as Gores was falling to the ice and couldn't keep it going. Great feet out in front. Panzer, though, did not get all of the puck. Bjorhi did a great job feeding the streaking Panzer, but looks like it caught the back part of his stick that time. Yeah, he didn't get a clean flush shot off that time, and so it makes it an easier save for Zach Sandy. Kirkeby and Spicer that time. It's Kirkeby again with the win on the draw, but it finds its way out to that Grand Forks Central defense for another shot from the point and another cover-up by Sandy. And South-Shanley has not had this puck down in the central zone once, I believe, in this second period. They've hardly gotten this puck cleared even once. It has been nonstop in their own zone, and that has got to be taking a toll on them. Brisky, quick shot off the draw, and Sandy is forced to cover once again. And I'll tell you what, this is mitigating some of the damage to have all these stops in rapid succession. Certainly South-Shanley can catch their breath. At the same time, though, how many chances do you want to give Central to set up here off the faceoff, because they're coming awfully close to scoring on a lot of these. McGarry over to Hansen, across now to Kanta. He lets it go, but a couple of Bruin sticks got in there to interrupt his motion and deflect the puck into the netting. Yet another face-off to the right of Zach Sandy. Puck tied up in the far corner. Cole Hansen comes away with it and circles around. He makes a move trying to evade Lance. Excellent play to get it over to Brisky, as now Brisky will hand back to Hansen, who swings around and looks for an open man. Hansen still keeping it himself here. Plays it back to Brisky. Brisky has a couple men hacking at it, but he was able to get it off and over to Kanta. Kanta whiffed on that one, just able to hold the zone. Hansen taps it back, straight back to Hansen out in front, lets it go. Rebound, put back for the goal. Hansen making it happen practically by himself that time. Just continued to hold on to that puck. Bruins were chasing him all over, and as they chased after it, they got caught out of position, and Hansen cleans up his own rebound for the goal. And Central just continues to look better as this game goes on. This will be an opportunity, if you want to find a silver lining, well, perhaps that was an opportunity for South-Shanley to not have the puck in their zone, but Grand Forks Central gets it right back in there as now Lawson Body goes over to Wiggestrand. Wiggestrand out in front to Stroh. He lost it as Alex Senf is on top of it. Sent forward to Bryant, and that's a nice clear by Jake Bryant. They got to watch out, though, as this puck is coming right back in. Bjor, he takes it, fires one, glove down by Zach Sandy.
Grand Forks Central goal scored at 3:31 of the second period. By number 10, Cole Hansen. Assist on the goal, number 15, Lucas Kanta. Hansen from Kanta, even strength.
Kanta will get credit for the assist on that Hansen goal. That top line continues to be the most fearsome line in the state. Multiple top scorers, including Hansen, who is one of the top scorers in the state. Wiggestrand coming forward with it, dumping it off back to Stroh. Stroh works his way, or tried to work his way through the skates of Moorhart. Did a good job tying him up. Puck sent back down, intercepted by Sandy, but then he has it taken away by Holt, who will have to retreat back into his own zone and give off to Bjorhi. Hunter Bjorhi across to Stroh. Pass was a little strong. Stroh settled it down, though. Now leaves it for Lawson Body. Back behind the net that time was Stroh, attempting to center. Wouldn't go for him. And now Bryant will dump in. Puck retrieved by Kirkby, only momentarily, though, as Lawson Body comes away with it. Looking to his left, has a couple options. Fakes the pass, now plays it backhand for a shot that will not go that time from Arnold. Kennelly in the corner. Working by himself with Kirkby on him. Great feed over to Howard. Howard going to leave it for Miller. Miller trying to go back to Kennelly. Puck got tied up a little bit, though, and didn't make it all the way there. Kennelly back in front for the goal. What a backhand feed from Kennelly. And a great job to bury it that time by Howard. And get a look at the assist here by Kennelly. The backhander out in front. Credit, though, to Howard, too. He didn't have a lot of space to work with, but Will Howard able to elevate that one past Sandy. Beauty of an assist, a great finish, and it's 7-0. Face off at center ice, won back by Spicer. And now played forward to Panzer, just out of reach of him. Sandy will throw it along the glass. It'll be Hodgson out top with it, deflects out in front and up into the netting as we get a stoppage at 11:24 in the second period. It's Spicer squaring off with Kirkby that time on the draw, and it comes straight back to Sandy once again. We'll do it again here to the left of Zach Sandy, as Spicer again continues to be dominant in the circle. Panzer going to pick it up, throwing it back, intended for Chase Spicer. Did not make it to him. Cole Spicer will pick up behind the net. He's going to dump it off the boards. Nobody home that time, though, as Kirkby picks it up, throws it forward. Loose puck. Manuel couldn't get to it. Now here's Kirkby coming forward. Finally, the Bruins were able to maybe put a little pressure here on Central, but not for long, as Hodgson is going to come down ice with it. Gores picked his pocket, though. Great defensive play made by Gores. Chase Spicer applying pressure that time. Now here's a tie-up in the corner. Bruins got to be happy, though, to finally have that puck in Central territory. And there's a deflection that goes off the leg of a Central player and into the South-Shanley bench for a stoppage. That was a much better possession there for South-Shanley. Took them a while to find their legs here in the second period, but they do a nice job that time of finally applying some pressure. And that's the way you got to do it. Even down big here, it's little steps like that to try and start improving in this one. As that puck is loose to the right of Sandy. Now back behind him. It's picked up and sent back to Hansen. Hansen curls around, creating space out top. He'll throw it back to Holt. Holt had a little bit of room there to let one go, but Chose got back as Holt couldn't find his footing. And we get a whistle and an icing going against South-Shanley. Coming into tonight, South-Shanley had won 9 of their last 10 games, going all the way back to December 14th. Their only loss in that time was a 2-1 defeat at the hands of Chippewa Falls in the Rochester tournament over the holidays. So they had been red hot, but boy, if any team can end a hot streak, it is Grand Forks Central, as they almost tack another one on that time. Brisky is hot tonight. He was looking for the hat trick goal. But as I was saying, it's not like Central is doing this to a pushover of a team. South-Shanley is for real. They are tied for second in the East for good reason. They're one of the top teams in the East. But tonight is illustrating the gap between 1 and 2 in the East. That is for sure. Grand Forks Central just showing that they are head and shoulders above the rest, at least with the way they played tonight. There have been teams that have played them close, though. There have been games that have been within 2 or 3 goals. It's just most nights Grand Forks Central comes out looking like they do right now. However, here's Alex Senf with the puck trying to change things. He lost control of that one off the skate of a Grand Forks Central defender. Is now headed back the other way with Parker Stroh. Stroh up to Wiggestrand. Wiggestrand with Zazada on him. Zazada trying to hold the edge there. Nice job playing the stick. Able to knock it off the puck that time. As now Senf comes down the ice with it. Senf takes a shot into the boards, courtesy of Peter Loyland. As now this one's thrown out in front to Lawson Body. Lawson Body has men on him there, trying to generate a turnover. It was Donabauer alongside of Hansen. Stroh couldn't get a hold of that one. Hansen will take the opportunity to send it right back down on Nielsen. Nice move by Loyland behind his own net. That pass was batted out of the air, however, by Grayson Wetch. He makes a good play on the puck. Loose out in front. Wetch trying to make something happen. Donabauer couldn't get to it. And now here's an opportunity back the other way. 2-on-2. However, that goes away as the Bruins get numbers back. And the shot goes off the left shoulder of Sandy and into the netting. .8:19 remains here in the second period. Shots are 32-6 in favor of the Knights. With a 7-0 lead, they're looking to add to that here as Kennelly sets up. Kennelly driving inside, going to take it himself. Dean across from him, going to force him to pass it off now over to Miller. Miller with pressure put on. Kennelly could not get back to it. And now here go the Bruins the other way with a 3-on-2. Kirkby enters the zone with Gores and Manuel. Gores puts one on net, loose out in front, and swept away by Kennelly. Great job getting back to the loose rebound. Austin Manuel, not done though. Manuel battling for it. He goes down. Physical play there in the Grand Forks Central zone. Finally, it's Howard who catches up to this one and gets it off over to Loyland, who took a shot at the end of that play. Chaos at center ice there momentarily as now Miller collects behind the South-Shanley net. A little bit of a break here as the puck is pinned down. Now it comes out. Dean plays it forward to Sunderland, who will now go over to Manuel. Manuel tried to hop around Hodgson that time. Couldn't find the room as McGarry picks it up. McGarry with the backhand. Nielsen will help out Hodgson. And now we got a whistle. And I'm not sure what the stoppage is for here. And yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on. South-Shanley huddling up almost as if they called a timeout, but I don't think that's the case. And folks, my apologies. Again, I'm working solo tonight, and sometimes I just miss some things, and no one here to help me out to cover my tracks. Looks like Derek Morehart is going to go to the penalty box, and I'm not sure what that is for. Again, you know, really not sure. Perhaps a bench penalty would be my only thought, as there was a referee hanging out near the South-Shanley bench, appeared to be talking to Coach French, and the whistle happened away from the play. Okay, and it does sound like I think we do. All right, it's going to be a too many men on the ice, and that makes sense, as it did appear to be a commotion near the bench. So too many men on the ice will be served by Derek Morehart. And that's a tough loss for South-Shanley, as he's one of their top defenders, the senior captain, and now he'll be serving the penalty. Grand Forks Central going to get another opportunity on the power play here. They're 1 for 2 so far this evening, looking to make that 2 for 3. Here's a shot from the point from Holt. Would not go. Lawson body, quick to collect as he goes now to Hansen. Hansen across to Bjorhe. Pass was a little bit off the money and comes out of the zone, so Bjorhe will give chase. He's going to play it forward now to Kanta. Kanta curls around, gets the edge, goes over to Hansen. Hansen has Bjorhe open out top. Instead, he'll go inside as Zach Sandy's going to have to glove that one down. It was a pass that deflected up, and Sandy was not taking any chances as he pulled that one out of the air. 5:56 left to be played in the second period. 49 seconds left to go here on the penalty for too many men on the ice. Stroh tips that one back to Spicer. Spicer now over to Wiggestrand. Stroh across. Great feed to Brisky. He was open looking for the hat trick goal, but it went through his skates that time. Brisky had parked right out in front of the net, as now Wiggestrand lets one go. Did not get enough height on it, so Sandy was able to make the pad save. If he had elevated it just a little bit, I think he could have had one there. 15 seconds on the power play. Howard with the backhand, loose out in front, and Sandy is able to cover up. It's been an area of his game that Sandy has worked on. He's still had his troubles with it, but certainly there has been a marked improvement this season, as Zach Sandy has done a much better job collecting rebounds than he did last year, and even earlier in the season he was still struggling with it. Not perfect, still leaves pucks out there, but Sandy doing a much better job there. You can see him improving all the time, and that's a scary thought for the rest of the state, as he's just a sophomore. And even tonight, even though he's allowed 7 goals, it's hard to blame him for a lot of those, and the talent has been on display on multiple saves. So the Bruins kill off another one, as Grand Forks Central moves to 1 for 3 on the power play here tonight. Kennelly curls around, generating space. Good play by Zazada to poke it off his stick. Kirkeby comes forward, trying to get that out of the zone. Active stick from Sandy, knocks that one out. Now we've got a 2-on-1. Senf and Sandy moving in. Senf going to keep it himself. Goes high right corner and did not get it on net. Coming back down with it now. It is Miller for Grand Forks Central. Hansen looking for the clear. And we get a stoppage in play. Looks like that one might have gone in and out of play. It actually looks like we're going all the way back down, so we must have had a hand pass or a high stick there. Donabauer and Spicer on the draw. Spicer will win it. Back to Arnold. This one's picked up, though, and sent on net by Grayson Wetch. Wetch couldn't get it to go, and Grand Forks Central comes back the other way. Pass too strong for Panzer, and it's down into the Bruins zone for an icing. So we're headed right back. Donabauer sort of won that one to the side, but it's going to be picked up by Panzer using his speed to get to it. And now Spicer with a beauty of a feed out in front. Panzer spins around, fires one wide left of the net, however. Tie up to the right of Zach Sandy. Still loose behind him. Chase Spicer on top of it. Donabauer hounding him, trying to take it away. Loose again to the right of Sandy. And now it's played backwards for Panzer. Braden Panzer, oh, beauty of a feed out in front to Spicer. His shot would not go, however. Great setup by Panzer. Great shot by Spicer, but a better save made by Sandy. Again, it's Spicer with it. Makes a nice move, but is then knocked off the puck. As this one's headed back down the other way and steered aside by Nielsen. Trying to catch him changing here are the Knights. Kanta feeds across for Brisky. Brisky leaves it back now for Hansen. Hansen circles around, backpedaling, and now up intended for Kanta. Couldn't connect, but Kanta tracks it down. Kanta spins around to Brisky, back to Kanta. Doesn't go. Kanta trying to hold the zone. He cannot. Noah Johnson came away with it and now trying to force it down ice. This puck going to be knocked back down behind Nielsen. And then picked up by Bjorhi. Bjorhi forward to Kanta. Cole Hansen chasing after it. Hansen picks it up, waiting for reinforcements. Spins around, trying to feed back to Kanta. Won't go. And that's deflected up into the concourse. It's the longest sustained period of action we've had in what feels like quite a while. It's been a very choppy second quarter here, or excuse me, second period. Don't know where I got quarter from. Football season was a long time ago. But 2:23 nonetheless left in the second period. And again, it's just been very choppy. Been a lot of stoppages, whether that be we've had a couple penalties, been a lot of goals for Central. Mostly Zach Sandy having to cover this puck up quite a bit. Feed out in front is a beauty. Oh, beauty of a backhander back the other way from Loyland that time, but no one was home to put it on net as Stroh now lets one go through traffic. Never found its way to Sandy. Lawson Body tries to track it down, now scooping it up. Wide open, Wiggestrand puts one on net. Sandy made the save, but he also knocked the net off before the puck found its way to him. Wiggestrand was trying to go 5-hole that time, and Sandy did a really good job getting his hips low to the ground, taking away that space. In the process of doing that, however, he did put the net off its moorings. Draw one back to McGarry. Played forward for Howard. Then wrapped along the boards again back to Howard as he goes to Kennelly. Miller has Iverson all over him. Howard will pick it up. And now this puck does come out of the zone. South-Shanley able to force the clear. McGarry trying to settle down a wild bouncing puck. Got it up to Kennelly. Here's a 2-on-2 look for Central. But a late whistle. And it looks like we got a penalty. Going to be assessed to Kennelly. And I am not quite sure what they got Kennelly for there. Appeared to be a little bit away from the play, as he wasn't really around the puck when that one was called. And it looks like they will get him for cross-checking. I think there might have been a little bit of action behind the play that time, as that's a good start to the penalty kill for Grand Forks Central, as Spicer puts the pressure on there, threatening the shorthanded goal. Sandy just has to cover up. Nonetheless, the Bruins are going to get their first power play opportunity of the evening. It's going to be a busted up one, however. They've got a minute 04 left of it here in the second period, and then they'll have about 40 seconds to start the third period. So not an ideal start to this power play for South-Shanley, as this puck has been down in their zone more than it's been in the Grand Forks Central zone. Drew Sandy now collects. He goes back to Zazada. Zazada up ice, trying to connect with Hansen. He could not. Now it's wrapped along the boards and cleared, and Zazada will have to give chase. Sandy settles it down. Zazada picks it up. He comes down ice and is able to get it forward to Senf, who dumps in. Noah Lance puts pressure on, trying to get to it. Kirkby as well, trying to hold the zone. He could not. Last line of defense there was Zazada. He held the zone momentarily, but just could not keep it going. Loose puck out in front. Hansen almost got it in. Kanta as well. Sandy makes the save, and the horn sounds. A lot of action there. The net came off. Sandy kicked it away, and the horn all at once. And they will. Horn might have come after the whistle was blown, but I think they'll just let that be the end of the second period. So at the conclusion of 2, it is 7-0 in favor of Grand Forks Central. Shots 38-10. Again, in favor of the visitors. When we come back, though, to start the third period, South-Shanley's still going to have 42 seconds of power play time to work with. So stick around, folks. We still got a whole period of hockey to bring to you in just a couple minutes.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Beyond Boundaries Therapy Services, Butler Machinery, Ed's Marine, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Forum Communications, Haley's Hope, Hurley's Religious Goods, Luther Family Buick GMC, Master Construction, Moore Engineering, Network Center, Northern Improvement, Off the Wall Advertising, Robert Gibb and Sons, Sanford, Scheels, Taxman, TCI Insurance, and Wolf Steel Construction.
Good evening and welcome back to North Dakota High School boys hockey action here on Shanley TV. I am Jed Thomas as we are getting set for the final period of play between the South-Shanley Bruins and the Grand Forks Central Knights. Folks, before we get back to it though, we want to remind you just one more time that if you've enjoyed watching our ShanleyTV.com broadcasts, please consider making a donation to help us continue to bring you quality programming. We rely on donations to bring you every broadcast, and we need your help to continue to improve the quality of our productions and to add new features for you, the viewer, to enjoy. If you're interested in donating, please contact Joel Shuey at 701-893-3225. Again, that's Joel Shuey at 701-893-3225. Thank you for watching, and thanks for your support of Shanley TV. And so, we are about ready to begin this third period. South Shanley finds themselves trailing 7-0 to the number 1 Grand Forks Central Knights. And with that margin being 7-0, the rule is when the goal differential in the third is 6 goals or more, that's when running time goes into effect. So we should have running time to start off this third period, unless Shanley, it should stay that way, I should say, unless South Shanley can get within that 6-goal margin. And they will have an opportunity to do so here. They've got 42 seconds left to go on this power play. Granted, when they started at the end of the second with this power play, there was not a lot going on. That penalty kill for Grand Forks Central was something else. Looked almost better than their power play unit. They did a great job keeping the puck down in the South Shanley zone. However, that is something we've seen out of South Shanley. They have struggled against faster teams like this, even when the other team loses a man. It opens up more ice. Obviously, it should be a disadvantage for opposing teams, but sometimes when it's a team as fast as Grand Forks Central, they use that extra space, they use that offensive mindedness of their opponent to exploit opportunities and use that speed and make their opponents pay. So that's something that South Shanley is going to have to watch for, going to have to try and not give up that shorthanded goal. Obviously, though, goal number 1 is to get a goal and break this shutout. On the draw here, it will be Cole Hansen for Grand Forks Central and Drew Sandy for South Shanley. They are both their team's leading scorers, as Drew Sandy will win this puck back to start to Seb Zazada. The Bruins know they've got to move here if they want a chance to convert on this power play. And right off the bat, that's not what you want, as Cole Hansen picks a pocket and Grand Forks Central takes possession. Zazada going to play that one over to Hansen. Hansen up ice, intended for either Senf or Sandy. Neither one was really looking, though, and Central takes control once again. Here's Kanta moving in. Hansen did a great job staying onside there. Kanta crashes, trying to pick up that puck. Could not get to it, and now they might be caught out of position. 3-on-2 look for South Shanley. Sandy, though, could not get past Hodgson as he hands that one off to Hansen, who will go off for a change as it's knocked off of his stick by Alex Senf. Senf moving forward, nice play over to Kirkeby, but Lawson Body was able to knock that one away. Grand Forks Central is back to full strength, so South Shanley unable to capitalize on that power play opportunity as Hunter Bjorhe lets one go. That's deflected off of a stick and goes wide right. Drew Sandy retrieves behind his own net. He plays it forward then to Alex Senf, who had that one taken away by Parker Stroh, headed back the other way. Stroh hanging on to that one all by himself. Gets it over to Wiggestrand. Wiggestrand back to Stroh, point blank. Shot won't go. It's loose behind the South Shanley net. Now Stroh and Lance are tied up as the puck is pinned down. Hansen was putting pressure on Lawson Body. Lawson Body casually comes out in front with it as that one's knocked off the stick of Alex Senf and sent back in. Central gets onside now as we've got 15:22 left to go in the third. Puck played forward off the boards to Noah Johnson. Johnson able to get it to Lance, who will now give chase in the neutral zone. Lance pokes it forward. And now it's picked up by, that was Landon Chose that time, as this one goes off the boards and is retrieved by Brandon Holt. It's been a better start to this third period for South Shanley than they've started the last 2 periods. If you recall, the beginning of that second period was something that South Shanley would like to forget. They did not really get that puck out of their zone for a solid 5-6 minutes to begin the second period, and it really weared on them. Here the puck is headed back down into their zone with the icing, but they've done a really nice job to start this third period, keeping the puck out of their zone. As now we do have a change in net for Grand Forks Central. Aaron Nielsen will head to the bench after a pretty easy night for him. And coming on will be Colby Elseth. Nielsen didn't have to make too many saves. 10 officially were made. Most of those were just dump-ins. A couple of them, though, he did have to work for. There were 2 or 3 there that were pretty difficult. One in particular in the first period, a highlight reel save, streaking across from one side of the net to the other. But now it's Elseth's turn, as that shot is saved by Sandy. And you'll notice the clock continues to run here. 13:50 to go here in the third. As this draw is one backwards, or at least appeared to be by Bryant, as now it comes out in front past the stick of Gores. Grand Forks Central couldn't corral either, so it is a clear as they come back with it. Here is Hodgson. Bryant lost his stick. Hodgson moving in, has it knocked away though after a nice defensive play by Sunderland. Kirkeby gains a head of steam coming around the edge there. Tanner Kirkeby moving through the neutral zone. Holds up, trying to get a little space that time, but Kennelly knocked it away. Kirkeby chases after it, retrieves behind the Grand Forks Central net. Kennelly, though, makes an adjustment, trying to work his way around Manuel, but could not. McGarry gets it forward. Howard will pick it up and then play it over to Miller. Miller coming back with Howard, throws one on Sandy, just trying to get a rebound to go that time for Howard, but it's nicely steered aside by the sophomore netminder. Alex Senf corrals in the neutral zone. Puck intended for Kirkeby, wouldn't go. Miller now coming in with it, and he has that one knocked away by Sunderland. Very back and forth hockey here, neither team possessing very much, as Bjorhe will pick it up. Bjorhe charging forward with it. Sandy rubs him off the puck and into the boards, as now Seb Zazada has it, throwing it off the glass. Bjorhe keeps it in, only briefly though, as Gores plays it forward. Now South-Shanley has numbers, but they'll be caught off sides, and that will cost them. That's a tough break. One of their first good looks here in the period is negated by the offsides. That running clock makes a world of difference, unfortunately, for the Bruins, as now less than 12 minutes remain. They're going to have to work quick if they want to stop the running clock and try and get back down 7-0. You know, there's a reason the running clock is in place, but still it adds that urgency to South-Shanley, as even though they're down 7-0, they are certainly going to try and stay in this one and see what kind of damage they can do. Even if you're not going to win one, you always want to break the shutout. More than anything, it's a pride thing, it's a mental thing. Getting shut out is not fun, and especially if you're South-Shanley, you're the first team to score on Central this season. That means something. You want to keep that record of scoring against them up, as now Gores comes down with Senf to his left. Great pass over to Senf, couldn't settle it down. Now Senf out in front. Great opportunity, but Elseth stands tall in his first challenge of the evening. And again, Elseth makes a nice save. Trial by fire here for the sophomore goalie, coming in cold. His first real challenge he handles very well as Chase Spicer comes down ice. Loses control of that one. Kanta picks it up, or at least tries to, as Hansen stays on top of him. Hansen working against Kanta. He spins around, throws it out in front, but it slides across the front of the crease. Hodgson tracks it down. He's going to try the same thing, maybe not. He puts the pass out in front. Kanta had it there with a great look, but could not get the puck to settle down. Centering feed goes off of a skate, and no one's there for Grand Forks Central, as South-Shanley heads back the other way now, and Elseth will settle down behind his own net. Brisky gets that one off to McGarry. McGarry curls around. He throws it forward now for Hansen, and Hansen picks it up in the neutral zone, makes a nice move to make a man miss. Kanta across for Hansen. It's too strong. Hansen plays it off the boards now and dumps it back in for Kanta. Kanta collects, doubles back. Iverson stays on him. Brisky comes away with it. Back pedals looking for some room. He gives back over to Kanta. Centering feed. Will not go, but it's picked up by McGarry. McGarry throws it out in front. Goes wide to the left of Zach Sandy. And now Brisky back behind his own net, looking to put it out in front. Good defense played very tight on him by Sturligson. Another feed out in front. It's Sunderland there to stop at that time. And now they're pushing hard on Sandy, and they get one to go. Felt like it was a matter of time. Central was putting all sorts of pressure there on Zach Sandy. And this is just a beauty of a feed from Kanta. He goes with the backhand feed. His back is to Hodgson, but it's still right on the money, and Tucker Hodgson doesn't get it to go on the first try, but the rebound chance does go for him. And that makes it 8-0 now. Under 9 minutes to go here in the third period. Lawson Body wins the draw, then plays it forward to Stroh, who dumps it in as Lawson Body gives chase. Sandy wraps it around. Holt had a chance to hold the zone there, but could not. So Bjorhe retreats to pick it up, whiffs on the shot, or the pass, I should say. And now he's just going to have to work along the boards to Holt. Central having a little bit of trouble handling the puck here as Bjorhe is going to take it out of the zone. Wiggestrand moves in with it. Central's got numbers. Bjorhe trying to center. Couldn't get it to go. Lawson Body is tripped up that time. Circling back in, not a lot there. Lance is doing a nice job shadowing him. Lawson Body over to Stroh. Stroh had a little bit of space, but put it left off the side of the net. Holt now has that one poked past him by Chose. Great job recovering, though. Holt able to keep Chose from breaking away. Elseth retrieves that one. Holt sends it over to Bjorhe. Bjorhe across to Stroh. Just a little bit too far out in front of him. Dean retrieves. Lawson Body had a great chance there as Wiggestrand was open out in front, but the pass just wasn't quite there. Stroh trying to keep it in. Sunderland working along the boards. Throws a bit of a lazy clear, but it goes for him. Good work there by Sunderland to find an open gap. And now Bryant will retrieve as that puck hopped off the stick of Loyland. Some pressure here for South-Shanley. The wraparound try, jamming it home. Elseth stands tall. Alex Senf wanted that one bad, but just could not get it. Now here's a 2-on-1. Kennelly along with Howard. Howard loose out in front, but the puck, he could not get settled down. It goes off of his stick and wide left. Just couldn't even get a shot off as it was just a little too wild for him, and that's one that he wants back. Not a lot you can do there when the puck gets wild like that, but it still stings nonetheless. Face-off win for Drew Sandy. Iverson, great job with two Knights right on top of him. Found the gap to get the clear. Senf takes a hard shot into the near boards and then turns the puck over as Howard dumps this one back in. Boy, Senf got rocked that time right in front of us as that puck deflects off the skate of Miller out in front of Zach Sandy. Sandy steers it aside with the blocker right out in front of him. That could have been trouble had there been a Knight there. This puck now picked up by Hodgson. Deflects off the skate of Kirkaby. Gores gets it over to Kirkaby. Kirkaby makes a great adjustment over to Manuel. Manuel couldn't get it settled down. It's still loose out in front, but Miller will get there to steer it forward for the Knights as now it's played back to Howard. Here's another opportunity for Howard, trying to redeem himself as that one is saved off the left leg pad of Zach Sandy. That was a great look for South-Shanley, their best look in a while there as they were crashing the net. They've had some more offense going here in the third, but still unable to break through as Cole Spicer will play this one back to Holt. Holt's shot is deflected off the stick of Gores, and now it'll be settled down by Chase Spicer. Out top, it's Bjorhe. He lets one go. Good save there from Sandy. Spicer gets it back to Chase Spicer. Cole Spicer tracks it down, attempting to get it over to Holt. It's broken up by Gores. Gores going to take off with it. Holt, excellent speed that time. Gores had a step on him, and Gores is not a slow man by any stretch, but still Holt was able to catch up to him. Panzer. Back to Spicer. Oh, back to Panzer. Almost a beauty, but the outstretched leg of Sandy keeps that one out of the back of the net. Cole Spicer making moves out in front. Couldn't get a shot off, though. It's loose now, and he collects, fires one. Another great save by Sandy as Gores gets a hold of this, trying to get the clear. Holt keeps it in, and Panzer picks it up. Panzer across to Spicer with the tip in to the net. The freshman continues an excellent evening. And it's tough to see on the replay there, but it was a nice feed out in front and an even better deflection there from Cole Spicer. Panzer found Spicer streaking down towards the net, and boy, it's the third or fourth time we've seen Central do it. It seems like every guy on this team is so good at scoring with not a lot of space. They all know how to get the right angle on that puck to deflect it up. That's exactly what Spicer did. It's exactly what we've seen now a few times as Hansen collects this one in the near circle. Finds space out top. Tried to make Chose miss to really get a clear lane, but that costs him as Landon Chose pokes it away. Noah Johnson giving chase. Hodgson plays that puck well, able to get to it first and win the race. Now 3:32 left to go here as Brisky plays it forward and gets the shot off, but we've got a whistle. And I think maybe a high stick was the call. Looks like that will be the case as Grand Forks Central is headed back to their own end for this face-off, and South-Shanley follows. Knights have 6 men out there right now as they get a late substitution. And now Wiggestrand tries to play this one forward. He absorbs a hit that time from Sturligson. Loose out in front of the central net, and Elseth is just going to have to cover up there. Officially, he's only faced 2 shots here, but in the process of facing those 2, he had quite the scramble out in front of his goal a few minutes ago and stood tall. Meanwhile, Zach Sandy has taken 45 shots. He has allowed 9 goals, but he's also made some pretty impressive saves. Lawson Body coming down now with numbers. Just had that one knocked away. A nice defensive play made by Iverson. Lawson Body almost got back to it out in front, but it was just out of reach. That puck pops over the head of Holt. Grayson Wetch will have to chase after it. Wetch is there with Donabauer. Arnold did a good job tying it up until Lawson Body could come and retrieve. Stroh lost track of that one as now he'll send it over to Lawson Body. Now here comes William Lawson Body. Playing it off the boards over to Parker Stroh. Back to Lawson Body. In the far circle, under 2 minutes left now. Central trying to set something up here. As this puck is collected by Arnold. Tried to get the shot off. Sturligson got in front of him, though, to disrupt the motion, as this one's going to go down ice for the icing. Minute 35 remaining here in this one. 9-0 in favor of Central. A very convincing performance tonight, to say the least. Hansen chases after that one as it pops back out top to Bjorhe. Bjorhe wraps it along the boards. Picked up by Hodgson, who takes a hit from Zazada. As this puck will come out of the zone and all the way down ice. And icing will be waved off, so Bjorhe's going to have to retrieve with pressure put on by Senf. Bjorhe gets it up ice to Miller and now to Howard. Howard across to Kennelly. Kennelly comes down ice with it, curls around, circles back, looks for a man to give it off to. Less than a minute left in regulation now as Bjorhe lets one go from the point. But the glove save is made by Zach Sandy. Again, running clock here, so it keeps going with just 30 seconds remaining now. Face-off won back by Spicer to Bjorhe. Bjorhe trying to get it forward. He could not. Kirkby intercepts. Kirkby coming down with numbers now for South-Shanley. Trying to work it back over to Gores. He could not. Puck comes out of the zone with 10 seconds left. It'll be dumped in by Dean. Delayed icing there. As this one sent down, trying to spring Spicer on the breakaway. They could not. And with 2 seconds left, the horn's going to sound on this one, as it will go into the books as a 9-0 victory for Grand Forks Central. A very convincing win by the #1 team in the state. And I mentioned it earlier in the evening, but this really just goes to show the gap between number 1 and number 2, as South-Shanley was tied for number 2 in the East coming into tonight. And the number 1 team just came in here and won 9-0. A good effort put forth by South-Shanley. Again, it's about as much as you can hope for against a team as dominant as Grand Forks Central. But after tonight, we see that Central still looks untouchable, still waiting to find the team that can take them down, despite a good effort here tonight from the Bruins. And so, folks, for tonight, for myself and for our entire crew, I'm Jed Thomas. Your final score from Fargo: South-Shanley Bruins 0, Grand Forks Central Knights 9. To watch the archive version of this entire game and our other broadcasts, go to ShanleyTV.com. The proceeding has been a presentation of Shanley TV.